Hi students, welcome in chemistry classes, and we are studying about the organic reagents. And here I have taken one important reagent, that is MCPBA. It means metachloroperbenzoic acid. It means if we take the perbenzoic acid, this is the perbenzoic acid. And at the meta position there is chlorine present. So basically we know that the per acids are used as the oxidizing agent, right? And perbenzoic acid is also used as the oxidizing agent. But if there is chlorine present at the meta position, it means a electron withdrawing group is present at the meta position. So it will make it a very strong and very important oxidizing agent. So what are the importance of it? What is its uses? This is the basic thing that we have to know. Okay, so there are four important tasks that is done by this MCPBA, and two important things. Two important things are the epoxidation of the alkenes and Weyer-Williger oxidation. About the Weyer-Williger oxidation, I have already made a video. You can see there the mechanism and several other examples. Okay, and some things I will give you in this video also. Right? Okay, so two important things are the epoxidation of alkenes and Weyer-Williger oxidation, and the another things are oxidation of pyridine to pyridine N-oxide, and next thing oxidation of sulfides and selenides. So we will study all of them one by one. Firstly, we have to see the epoxidation of alkenes. Actually, what happens in the epoxidation of alkenes? See here, if we are taking any alkene, suppose this is a alkene and two R groups are present here, right? So this pi bond, here is the pi electron density present, right? So it will act as the nucleophile, right? And we have given here a per acid or MCPBA, then here is this OO bond present, right? So what will happen? This bond will shift in this manner, right? So there will be, what is this? This is an electrophile. It is behaving as an electrophile. It means there is lesser electron density at this position. So these pi electrons will attack at this position, right? So there will be a bond formation between this pi electron and this oxygen. Okay, so what we are getting? See here. Now at this position, one thing you should remember, that this will attack from the less hindered side. It means if these two H groups are present below the plane, okay, in this manner, if these are present below the plane, then this reagent will attack from above the plane side. It means this ring will be now formed above the plane in this manner, right? And we are getting here acid in this manner, right? So this is the basic mechanism of this reaction, and you can see here the what is the essential condition for this, that there should be a pi electron density at this alkene. It means if there are electron donating groups present in this alkene, then they will increase the rate of this reaction. Similarly, if there are electron withdrawing group present on this acid, per acid, then this will also increase the rate of the reaction. So if we are taking the MCPBA, it means here the electron withdrawing group is present. So if we take the MCPBA, then this will act a very good reagent for doing the epoxidation. Okay, and epoxidation always occurs from the less hindered side. So you can see one example here. If we are doing this reaction, then what will happen? See here, if this is present above the plane, suppose this is present above the plane, then where will be the ring formed? The ring will be formed below the plane. Okay, and this is the basic difference between the MCPBA and the NBS reagent, N-bromosuccinimide reagent. Okay, look at here. If we take the MCPBA, what are the basic difference between the MCPBA and NBS? See here. This is a bulky group present here, on this position, right? And this group is present above the plane. And if we are treating this with the MCPVA, if I am treating it with MCPVA, then what will happen? This will attack from the below the plane side, because the bulky groups are present above the plane. So it will attack from the below the plane side. It means this is present above the plane, so it will attack from below the plane side. Okay, so in this manner the ring will be formed in this manner. But if we are taking the NBS, then what will happen? NBS will also attack from the below the plane side, right? But it will form the bromonium ion. Here will be bromonium ion formed, right? And in the next step, what we are doing? We are treating it with the 30% NaOH. So what will happen? The OH ions will attack from the above the plane side, right? This ring is present below the plane, so this OH minus ion will attack from the above the plane side. So what we are getting? Now we are getting a product, a epoxide ring, that is formed above the plane. It means in this condition now the ring is formed above the plane. So you can see here, if we are using MCPVA, then the ring is formed below the plane, and if we are using NBS plus 30% NaOH, then the ring is formed above the plane. Okay, now see the next case. If the polar substituent is present, then what will happen? We have seen that the reagent is attacking from the below the plane side. It means from the less hindered side. If the group is present, it is attacking from the less hindered side, opposite side, right? But whenever the polar group like OH is present, then what will happen? This reagent will attack from the same side as that of the reagent. It means if this OH group is present above the plane, then the ring is also formed above the plane. Why this happens? Actually, this H can form the hydrogen bond with this oxygen, so the epoxide becomes more stable. So for this, the ring is formed on the same side of this OH group, right? Now think here, if the two double bonds are present, then what will happen? We know that the presence of the electron donating group on this pi electron side will increase the pi electron density on this double bond, right? So whenever the donating groups are present, then this pi bond will be attacked by this reagent. Okay, this will remain as it is. It will attack on the side of the more electron density. So the ring is formed on this side. It means if the two groups are present below the plane, then the ring is formed above the plane, and if the two groups are present above the plane, then the ring will formed below the plane, right? Now see the condition, next condition. If there are terminal alkenes present and this type of alkenes are present, then what will happen? See, the reagent will not attack on the terminal double bond, it will attack on this double bond, right? So in this case, this will attack on this double bond, right? So here in this manner, this ring will be formed, right? And this double bond will remain as it is, right? Now one important thing, see here, these reactions are highly stereospecific. What is meant by the stereospecific reaction? It means if we are taking one isomer, then we are getting a particular product, and if we are taking another isomer, then we are getting the another product. Such type of reactions are known as stereospecific reaction. For example, if we are taking the cis isomer, suppose we are taking this isomer, then see here, in this case you can see this is the cis type. So when we are treating it with the MCPVA, then we are getting the cis product. If this ring is formed above the plane, these groups will be present below the plane. Right? Similarly, if we have given the transalkene, then what we are getting? We will get the opposite product. It means we are now getting the trans product. We can write in this manner. One group we are making above the plane and one we will make below the plane. In this manner, right? This is below the plane, okay? The next important use of the MCPBA is the Weyr-Villiger oxidation. It can be used for the Weyr-Villiger oxidation. What is this? I have already told you in my previous lecture. I have already made a lecture on the Weyr-Villiger oxidation. So see here, this is used for the oxidation of the ketones to the lactones. It means cyclic ketones are converted to the lactones, and if we are taking the acyclic ketones, then they are converted to esters. Okay. So here what will happen? When we are treating it with the MCPBA, then here oxygen is attached at this position and in this manner. This is methyl group. Okay. So in this way we are getting a lactone, right? But if we are taking the unsaturated ketones, it means if there is a double bond and a keto group, both are present, then what can happen? There are two conditions. If there may be epoxide formed or there may be the oxidation, Weyr-Villiger oxidation, right? This whole thing depends upon the fact that if in the alkene the electron donating groups are present, if on the alkene the electron donating groups are present, then it will form epoxide, or in the other case it will undergo Weyr-Villiger oxidation. For example, see this example. This is the double bond and here is this keto group present, right? And if we are treating it with the MCPBA, then what will happen? See here, at this double bond there are no alkyl groups present, no substituents are present. It means the nucleophilicity of this pi electrons is not very good. So it will not undergo the epoxidation. Now it will undergo the Weyr-Villiger oxidation. And on the what side the Weyr-Villiger oxidation will happen? It means which group will migrate. For this you should see here, this group is secondary, so it will migrate, right? So where the oxygen will be injected? At this position the oxygen will be injected, right? In this manner. And the rest thing will remain as it is. Here this double bond is not oxidized. It means epoxidation does not happen, right? But if we are taking another molecule, if suppose at this double bond there are two methyl groups present, two methyl substituents are present at this position, all the rest things are as it is. Now what will happen? Now if we are treating it with the MCPBA, then here the epoxidation will happen. It will not undergo the Weyr-Villiger oxidation. Suppose these groups are present above the plane, then the ring will be formed below the plane in this manner, right? Now one more important thing, if we have to do both the things, the Weyr-Villiger oxidation and the epoxidation same time, then we have to change the reagent, because MCPBA cannot be used for this process. For this process we will have to take difluoroacetic acid. If we are using this reagent, then only we can do such type of thing. So see here, if we are taking the same compound, this is the double bond, here the two methyl groups are present, and this is the keto group. And if we are treating it with the difluoroacetic acid, this will be peracetic acid, sorry, this is peracetic acid, right, in this manner. So if we are treating it with this, then what will happen? Both the things will happen. It means at this position the epoxide ring is formed, in this manner, and at this position this lactone is formed. So we are getting this type of product, right? Now see one important thing about the Nor-Bornean structure. This is the Nor-Bornean structure, and here this is called the 1 carbon bridge, and this one is called the 2 carbon atom bridge. This is 2 carbon atom bridge, okay? And this side is called the exoside, and this side is called the endoside. This is endoside and this is exoside, right? Suppose here a double bond is present, and if we are treating it with the MCPBA, then in this particular case this reagent will attack from the exoside. It means if we have to make a ring here, then this ring will be formed above the plane. It means by the exo approach in this manner, right? So the hydrogens at this position will be shown in this manner, okay? But suppose we are taking another structure, that is of the camphor. In the camphor we know that at this position 2 methyl groups are present, right? This is the structure, and here 1 methyl group is present, okay? Suppose here a double bond is present and we have treated it with the MCPBA. Then what will happen? Due to these 2 methyl groups there will be steric hindrance. So now this reagent cannot attack from this side, it will attack from the endo side. It means now the ring will be formed from the endo approach. It means now the ring will be formed in this manner, okay? And the hydrogens will be now present in this manner, right? I think this thing will be clear now. Okay, now the next important reaction is the oxidation of pyridine to pyridine N-oxide. We know that if we have to activate the pyridine ring, then we have to convert it to the pyridine N-oxide. Then only we can activate the ring. And for this purpose, MCPBA is a very good reagent. If we are treating this pyridine with MCPBA, then it will get oxidized. And now we are getting this structure. This is called pyridine N-oxide, okay? Another important reaction is the oxidation of sulfides to sulfones and sulfoxides, okay? So see here what happens is in this reaction. This reaction is actually not so much important. The main reactions are the epoxidation and the Weyer-Williger oxidation. So you must learn that reactions, okay? I am giving this also. See here, when we are treating it with the 1 equivalent of MCPBA, then this will get oxidized to sulfoxide. This is sulfoxide. And if we are again treating it with the MCPBA, it means we are heating it with the MCPBA, then there will be again oxidation and we are getting sulfone. this is called sulfone and this is called sulfoxide. Okay, so this is the next reaction, but not so much important. Okay, you should concentrate on the Weyer-Williger oxidation and the epoxide type of the reaction. Okay, so this is all about the AMCPBA, an organic reagent. In our next lectures, we will see some more about the organic reagents, some more about stereochemistry and nuclear chemistry. So stay with us. Thank you.